fun part is, as extra as I look right now, I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. I am sitting at home doing laundry, cleaning up. I'm not going anywhere. Anyway, let's not waste any more time with that. Hey guys, welcome back, and we're gonna try to save some people some money. When I did the BoxyLuxe unboxing, I believe that's where this is from, I pulled out this particular item here, and this is the Spongelle Blossom Bliss Beyond Cleansing Body Wash Infused Buffer. This was retailed at $20, and I looked it up online, and yeah, pretty much that's how much they sell for. I've seen some a little bit cheaper at like 16 bucks, 18 bucks, but overall $20 was about the price for it. Fair warning, excuse how this looks because we have been putting it to the test. But anyway, for those who don't know, this is what it is. It is a foam or whatever, spongy kind of buffer for the body that has body wash in it. Now, for starters, the first time I opened this up, the smell of it I thought was actually pretty nice. It was wrapped in a plastic, and I did not realize that the plastic was actually doing a pretty significant job of keeping the strongest parts of that smell wrapped up in it, because the minute I opened that up, that smell was so strong and overwhelming, I didn't even want to use it. But for the sake of being able to do the update as I promised, I made sure to use it and test it out and use it all over my body and everything. Once you wet it, the smell gets even stronger. So if you're someone who's sensitive to smells and different types of scents, keep that in mind if you're thinking of purchasing something like this. So that being said, my initial plan was to just leave an update at the bottom of that BoxyLuxe video, to say, you know, how this particular item worked out. Now, without even looking for it, it just so happens that one day I was shopping and I found this and I found this. So these are, the brand here is called Spongeables. And even though you can see one says it's a petty scrub foot buffer and the other one says it's an anti-cellulite buffer, they're basically the same thing as the Spongelle. They're little sponges that have body wash infused in them that you can use. Now this particular one, which we have been using, I did repackage it just to, you know, be able to show you guys. This one says it's a petty scrub foot buffer. You can use it all over your whole body. It doesn't just have to be for the foot or anything like that. These I actually like a little bit more because they have a scrubber on one side and then they have the actual just smooth, soft body sponge on the other. They are also infused with body wash, but this one has, where is it? This one has glycerin, shea butter, and olive oil with lavender tea tree oil infused into it. It smells incredible. The smell is not strong, it's not overpowering, it's there and it's noticeable, but it's very light. Also the lavender oil that's in it, it feels so good on the skin. I actually felt so much better using this one than using the $20 Spongelle. And this one I got for $2.88 at Walmart. Now, before anyone starts moaning and groaning about not having a Walmart near them or anything like that, I did look it up before doing the video. You can also find these at Ulta. You can also find them at Bed Bath & Beyond. Or if you want, they have them on Amazon and other online stores where you can find the Spongeables brand. I did notice, however, that Ulta seems to have them a little bit pricier, but again, you do your shopping around. Either way, any one of them that you find is a hell of a lot cheaper than the $20 Spongelle. This smells better and it works exactly the same. Now this one here says that it would be good for 20, I'm sorry, this one says actually 10 plus washes. The Spongelle, did it even have a claim as to how many washes you could use it for? Actually, it did not, not as far as I can see here. The anti-cellulite body wash one, which is a lot bigger, and this was a little bit more money at like $3.68, I believe. And this one says it was good for 12 plus washes. I've definitely use this smaller one for way more than 10 plus washes, and it's still going strong. You can feel in the center when you're using them, like the rest of the outside around it gets pretty squishy and spongy as the body wash that's infused in it starts to get used up. But if you actually squeeze towards the center, it's still a little more solid feeling in the center, so you know that there's still more to go. It suds up really well when you're squeezing it and using it in the wash, so you also know there's still more body wash left to go. But even if you picked up this one and you picked up this one, it would still be cheaper than getting the single Spongelle by itself. And even if you used it all up and you went to repurchase, you'd still end up spending less money than you would with the Spongelle. We're pretty much almost out of the Spongelle. Now, mind you, this is also me and my husband using these. So you have two people working on using these things, not just one. And again, the competition, which is $2.88, and the larger one, which is about $3 and change, are still keeping up with the $20 one. So, you know, if this is the type of things that you would like for scrubbing your body and whatnot, I have a particular body scrubber that a friend of mine makes, which is all natural. That is my absolute favorite thing in the world to use, especially for the backs of my arms, because I have keratosis pilaris. So a lot of sugar scrubs and things help for that too. But you know, that being said, if you're the type of person that likes these sorts of body scrubbers and things like that, especially if you have dry skin, it really does help to slough off the dry skin. It has been working wonders on my legs. I do have eczema and I do have extremely dry skin. The winters make it so much worse, and sometimes just lathering up with lotion just isn't enough. You have to slough off those layers and layers of dry skin to really get rid of it. And these sponges have been doing an incredible job on my legs. And like I said, I love the fact that this one in particular has a scrubby side, which is not a rough, you know, painful scrubby side. It's like a, I don't know, soft, I don't want to say plastic, but maybe like a super soft plastic. And it feels really nice on the skin. It's not like it's hurting you or anything, but you can feel that it's working. And then right after I'm done sloughing off all the skin, I like to flip it, make sure this side is saturated, and then just kind of go over as a smooth buffer. And just make sure to work all the tea tree oil and the lavender oil and everything into the skin. And that helps also when I get out the shower and then I moisturize afterwards. I feel like it gives an extra layer of softness to my skin, and it really helps my legs stay that way for a long time, because I definitely have the type of skin that, especially in the winter time, as dry as it gets, it has a hard time retaining the moisture from moisturizers. And I have some really good moisturizers, because Lord knows I've spent years, you know, picking and choosing which, you know, moisturizers I get that really do help my skin. But there are some winters that are just so rough and so dry, and it definitely helps having something like that. So that being said, I don't want to ramble for too much longer. I'm pretty sure I've rambled enough as it is. You can save yourself some money if you have the money to invest in something like Spongelle, and you don't mind spending $20, $18, $16 whenever you need to repurchase. Then by all means, go right ahead. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. It does. But for what it is, I don't think it should be this expensive. However, if you do like things like that and you need it to be a little easier on the pocket, these two right here, these alternatives are especially affordable and work incredibly well. It's been about a month now, because I got the Boxy Luxe in December, and it's been over a month now that my husband and I both have been using the Spongeables and the Spongelle to compare and contrast and see what works, what doesn't, how well it works. And these have been doing incredibly well. And again, if you need a larger size, you can get you a larger size. If you don't mind a smaller one, the smaller one works just as well. I mean, it's not a huge difference. And again, the price is way more affordable and more comfortable, especially at least for my pockets, let me tell you. So If you have any further questions about anything that I mentioned here today, please leave them down below. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you haven't already, please comment, rate, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You all have an amazing rest of the week and wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.